Welcome to the OFM Secret Podcast, your go-to spot for OnlyFans agency owners and creators looking to level up. In every episode, I'll be reading you an article by Captain Goldtooth, straight from OFMSecretStash.blog, where he unpacks traffic tactics, shares exclusive resources, reviews essential tools, and explores everything that's shaping the OnlyFans game. Today's piece is titled, How I Hired My First Filipino VA, for Reddit, Tips, Tools, and What I Learned. And if you want to check it out or grab the tools mentioned, just hit the link in the description. Here's how the captain kicks things off. I've recently ventured into Reddit, and since I couldn't dedicate enough time to it myself, I decided to hire a virtual assistant, VA, to handle it for me. Bringing on a Filipino VA has been a game changer, and today I'll share how I found my first hire, along with some key takeaways to help you do the same. Where to find Filipinos VAs. First source, onlinejobs.ph. Onlinejobs.ph is the most widely promoted platform for hiring Filipino talent. It costs $69 per month. The free trial allows you to receive 15 applications but doesn't grant access to contact details. It was my first choice to test in its free version, and I can say it was both a failure and a success. This is how it works. You can create a job listing very easily. If you use a free account, the listing will take 48 hours to be published, but with a paid account, it goes live immediately. Once published, I received 15 applications in less than 2 hours. However, the quality of the applications was below average. Only 2 candidates somewhat matched what I was looking for. The other 13 had no experience with Reddit, but were very motivated by the opportunity to join a company like mine. With the free plan, you won't be able to see applicants' names or contact details. The platform intentionally blurs this information to encourage you to upgrade. Their goal is to let you test the system, not actually hire someone for free. I tried a few workaround tactics to get applicants off the platform, but none of them worked. I added a link to an external form for them to fill out, and even asked for their Telegram handles, but onlinejobs.ph blocked everything. So, the conclusion is, if you want to hire through onlinejobs.ph, you need to purchase one of their plans. Given the quality and quantity of applications, it can be a useful resource, but you'll need patience to review many resumes that might not fit your needs, and filter, and filter until you find the right candidate. Second source, Telegram groups. Here's a list of Telegram groups where you can find Filipino VAs. At OFM Reddit Network dot at OFM Jobs dot at Prime Club OFM at Reddit OFM Group at Reddit Hackers at Reddit Network OFM. All you need to do is send a message in the group stating that you're looking for a VA for Reddit, along with some key criteria for your search. You'll start receiving responses quickly, as many Filipino VAs are actively seeking opportunities. Be mindful of the time zone difference when posting your request. While many Filipino VAs are accustomed to working with international clients and adjusting to different schedules, sometimes even working overnight, not all of them do. To maximize your chances of finding the right candidate, try posting when the highest number of Filipino freelancers are online. Hold on. Before we dive back into the captain's words, there's something you need to know. There's a private, invite-only Telegram group exclusively for readers of this blog. But don't expect your usual OFM group full of spam and desperate job requests. This is a small circle of sharp, no-nonsense operators focused only on what truly delivers results. Inside, you'll tap into underground knowledge, a treasure trove of powerful resources, traffic blueprints, scripts, automation tools, and more. You'll connect with top-tier marketers and rebellious strategists who don't play by the rules, and still win big. If you're over the same tired advice and ready to run your OFM game from the shadows, this is your sign. Jump in. The link's in the description. Now back to the article. The captain wrote, when conducting an interview. Whether you're searching through onlinejobs.ph or Telegram, it's highly likely that you'll end up chatting with your candidates via Telegram. At this stage, my recommendation is to avoid getting too personal with them. Instead, focus on their technical knowledge and their actual ability to do the job. Filipinos are not particularly fond of filling out lengthy questionnaires, as they often don't get responses or feedback. It's much more effective to conduct a question-by-question interview through Telegram, which feels more natural for them. Here are the questions that will give you a good sense of their Reddit background and expertise. They'll help you separate the time wasters from the truly committed candidates. Below is a basic questionnaire you can use as inspiration to craft your own. What's your hourly rate? How do you prefer to receive payments? Which method and how often? Please explain in detail your experience with Reddit and OnlyFans. Provide screenshots showcasing your Reddit experience. How many OnlyFans models have you worked with, and in which niches? How many accounts have you managed per model at the same time? Name 3 key factors you consider when posting in a subreddit, and explain why each one is important. Mention 2 crucial factors about Reddit accounts, not subreddits, and explain their significance. What is the minimum karma recommended for posts and comments on an aged Reddit account? Have you ever done farming? If so, briefly explain how. How long does it take you to farm 2,000 karma on an account? Tell us something important about Dolphy, Incogniton, Adds Power, or other software like these. Share 2 important aspects of using proxies and why they matter. What type of proxies do you typically use, and why? Do you know how to spoof content? What tool do you usually use? Based on your experience when working 6 hours with 3 Reddit accounts for the same model, how many posts were you able to make per day, and in how many different subreddits? How many daily subscribers did you generate from that work? Do you know how to manage upvotes? If so, please tell us how you do it. What do you need from us to do your job effectively? Once we provide you with everything you need, how much time do you estimate before you start generating new subscribers? What will you be doing, and what will happen during that time? Honestly, I'm not sure if it's worth getting too personal during the interview. All the VA candidates I've interacted with seem to lead similar lives, or at least that's the narrative they're used to sharing in these types of interviews. In my experience, the best approach is to focus less on personal details and more on the results they can deliver. instead of diving deep into their personal lives. I believe it's more effective to put them to work and let their actions speak for themselves. This approach ensures that they demonstrate their capabilities and produce the outcomes you're looking for. Once you've worked with a VA for about a month, and they've proven they can do what they said they'd do, I believe it's time to get a little more personal. This is when I suggest scheduling a video call to genuinely connect with the person behind the VA role. Understanding their work ethic, personality, and motivations can foster a stronger working relationship, creating a deeper level of trust and ensuring they're fully aligned with your goals. Achieving results on time and in the right manner. There are many tools available to help ensure your VAs are actually working, but I found one that works particularly well for me: Time Doctor. Time Doctor is a comprehensive time tracking and employee monitoring software designed to help agency owners track and analyze how their teams spend their time. Are they wasting time on Facebook? Are they chatting with other clients on Telegram? Are they really following the standard operating procedures, SOPs, you've provided for their tasks? The beauty of Time Doctor lies in its ability to give you a clear picture of productivity. Time Doctor has an impressive screenshot capture system that takes a screenshot every 3 minutes for basic plans and video screen capture for higher tier plans. This system is highly effective in monitoring your VA's activity. Additionally, Time Doctor offers a simple-to-use time tracking feature that allows you to keep track of the hours worked, helping you stay organized and efficient. The pricing is based on the number of users, with a minimum of 2 users, 9 per user. You, as the manager, and the VA, who will be monitored. Here's an important tip. When you're just starting out, and likely rotating through several VAs until you find the one that fits well with your work style, do not use the VA's personal email address for registration in Time Doctor. Instead, use an email address you control. For example, a generic VA email address from your agency's domain. Why? Because, in the beginning, you'll probably find yourself sending invitations to different VAs who might not stay with you for long, and that could lead to you creating multiple Time Doctor user accounts and paying for them. Instead, by creating the VA's Time Doctor account with an email address you control, you won't run into this issue. If you switch VAs, you simply change the email password and the Time Doctor login credentials. This makes it a more efficient and cost-effective way to manage multiple VAs without incurring additional charges for unused accounts. When paying your VA, the hourly rates typically range from $2 to $4. Most VAs will expect somewhere between $2.50 and $3 per hour. If you come across someone asking for $2, it might be because they are either desperate for work or are relatively new to the job. Some VAs might request performance-based bonuses, which is not a bad thing, especially if the base hourly rate is $2. However, whether you agree to this or not depends on your preferences and budget. The work week for a Filipino VA can extend to 7 days. While a small number may ask for a 5-day work week, many will request 6 days, and quite a few will prefer to work every single day of the week. Based on their lifestyle and workload, they typically work a minimum of 4 hours and a maximum of 8 hours per day. Most candidates will seek between 6 and 7 hours of work per day. When it comes to payment methods, you'll find that most VAs prefer to be paid weekly, and many prefer using cryptocurrency, particularly USDT, Tether. However, some VAs also use platforms like Wise for international transfers, depending on your agreement and their comfort level with various payment methods. In conclusion, with this guide, you're all set to kick off your VA search. You now have a solid foundation of knowledge to help you move faster and avoid some common roadblocks. But in the end, it's your own journey to navigate. The path might twist and turn, and you'll face challenges along the way. But that's what makes the adventure worth it. So, I wish you the best of luck, my fellow pirate. After all, at the end of every path, there's a treasure waiting to be found. I raise my mug of grog to that. Cheers to your success, and may the winds always be at your back. And that brings us to the end of this chapter in Captain Goldtooth's wild journey through the world of OnlyFans marketing. One story among many, but packed with hard-earned lessons, real talk, and strategies you won't hear anywhere else. If you're curious to go deeper or want instant access to the tools, links, and resources mentioned in the article, head over to ofmsecretstash.blog or just hit the link in the description below. Everything's there, waiting for you. Thanks for being here, for listening, and for being part of this growing crew of marketers, creators, and rebels navigating the OFM space. I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll open a new page in the captain's log and keep exploring what it really takes to win in this game.